Man, this is solid, dude. Boom, got it. One more, baby. Bro, right on a stud, good to go. Stepwise Electric. These guys are awesome. All right, let's get the tools out. Get everything on. Got a good one for you guys today. Let's grab the ladders, get all our tools and normal stuff out. We got this thing right here, the Stepwise Tap. You guys are about to find out what this thing is for. All right, we got our number 6 wire. All right, you ready? All right, Paul, so here's what we got going on. So this is the charger that they want to install. They want the 60 amp. They want full 60 amps on it. Okay. Or 48 amps is the charge rate and 60 amp breaker is what it is, okay? Mm-hmm. The problem is this panel is only a 125 right here, all in one. Everything in this house, there's no gas. No gas, no propane. Everything's electric. So when I ran a load calc on this with the square footage and all the stuff that they have in here, electric AC, electric water heater, electric dryer, electric range, there was no way that we could put a 60 amp breaker for a 48 amp charger level 2 here. You would need to get a panel upgrade for this. In order to do that here, it's not an overhead service. We would have to do trenching, and I don't know how far we would have to trench, but we're talking about at least a $5,000 to $10,000 job to do this panel upgrade. The other option that we have is right here, the Stepwise Tap. These guys actually reached out to me. Little shout out to the sponsor of this video, Stepwise, right here, Stepwise Electric. These guys are awesome. Ethan over there has been extremely helpful. What this device does, Paul, is enables us to still install the Tesla charger still on this panel with a 60 amp breaker. And the way it works is it's gonna have CTs that go around the main bus bars in this panel. Okay. We're gonna set it to where this knows what the main breaker is. It's going to know what 80% of the main breaker handle is. Let's run these actual numbers. So here's what it's gonna do. 125 amp main breaker, okay, times 0.8. That's 100 amps, okay? So we're gonna tell the Stepwise Tap that there's a 125 amp main breaker in the panel, okay? Yeah. It's gonna know in its programming that it's never gonna go over 100 amps because we're never supposed to go over 80% of the main breaker handle, right? So it knows that. So this charger charges at 48 amps, right? So let's say the panel gets up to, I don't know, 75 amps on the panel, right? Well, 100 minus 75 equals 25 amps. There's only 25 amps available. What this tap is gonna do is it's going to reduce the amount of charge rate that the Tesla charger is charging at to no more than 25 amps. Oh. Does that make sense? Yeah. So it's literally gonna throttle the Tesla charger. It actually doesn't do the Tesla charger itself, it does the car. This thing is awesome, dude. Or if it goes way too high on the main panel, it's just gonna shut it off completely. So we're gonna get this thing installed today. I'll show you guys how easy it is to use. It's really, really simple. Let's see where the charger is gonna go. They want it to be able to park here and charge. So we're gonna put it right here as close to this edge. So we got right there, see that? Put it on that stud, but kind of down low, maybe go like 48 inches. And then just run your conduit straight up and over. You have to close the garage, obviously. And then I'm gonna poke into the garage right over here to you. Let's check this thing out real quick. Very simple. So power's gonna come into the line side right here, and then load's gonna go out to our charger, and that's it. One other thing to keep in mind is this thing can shed the loads not just of an EV charger, but you could do it AC in it, your range. The load can be shed by anything with this. It's not just an EV charger load shedding device. So they do want to go ahead and put the Stepwise Tap in the closet here. So I think that's a good idea. We're gonna put it in there. So we got 12 inches right there. Basically from this edge, 12 inches. Something like that right there. We'll come right through here and then come up into the bottom. I'm gonna go back in this back corner with it. I like that. So we know that there's a stud right here on both sides of this panel, right? So if we go from center line there to the door, 27 1/4. So then we'll go right from here, 27 1/4. There's our stud, just like that. I think I want to hit center on the stud and that'll be good. You got any of those 2-inch self-tapping screws? Let's see if we got any. Right back there. We'll just make our own way right here. There we go. Use these up. Burn our hole through with those. That'll be good. Let's get this thing. Run it backwards. Blow out the hole. Do the next one the same. Gotta grab a drill bit, 1/4 inch. Drill that thing out. They have pre-drilled screw holes in here, but obviously we have a panel on the backside. So I just want to put the 2 screws on the center. So that's why we're drilling this out right here. I'm gonna drill it out in a way so we don't get shavings all over. There we go. So we got 4 inches. Come down here to 4. Up here, 4. It'll be dead center right there. Stupid. Why do they make non-magnetic tips anymore these days? Got a magnetic one on there now. Let's get this mounted. Nice little spot right here for it. Just level on there. Make sure it's looking good. There we go. Sucked on the wall. Good to go. We're gonna need 2 right here. We're gonna drill our other one right here. Here's the first one. There we go. Where you at? So you got up. Up. Very nice.
Over.
Over. One more to get out?
To get out.
Okay, very cool. I forgot we need to go a little bit bigger so we can get the lock ring on there. Yeah, it smells like wood shop. Back in 9th grade, bro. There we go. Put this on there. Double check that it made it all the way on. Yep. It's on there. Go. There's that one. So that will go just like this. Right there. And we'll need our 90. Right about there. Paul, can you give me a hand real quick? Take this chase nipple right here. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to get all this in there. There we go. It should be good. So we'll come for the load side out the bottom, poke through, come here, and then we'll go up and we'll hit the conduit right there. All right, bend me a 90 at 10.5 inches. Make sure if you're outdoors you use a rain tight connector. Inside the garage we don't have to do that. There we go, right there, perfect. Let's get through the wall right here now. so that we know exactly where we're coming out with that conduit.
Oh, we're coming out the bottom.
Yeah, I'm gonna drill it out to you, so watch your hands. I think we're gonna have to go underneath the panel, dude. Got it. All right, hand me that long bit. All right, I got it. You see it?
Yeah.
And we'll go seal tight. Can you hand me that seal tight real quick? Let's go ahead and pop this connector. There we go. Push that through. There we go. Sure it's tight. This is our load side. Even though it's backwards in here. It's alright though. Let's tighten that up. Make sure they're both tight. How are we gonna go through now? What do you want to do, Paul? Tell me how we're gonna go through.
We have another LB.
Wow, yeah, we have 2 LBs. So let's do LB to LB. That's probably cleanest. There it is. Nice and perfect. Very good fit. All right, give me a seal tight straight. Go right there. Bandsaw. There it is. Double check it before we put the connector on, because it will take a little bit of it up. Right, Paul?
Yeah.
Screw this bad boy on. Right there. So we will take this off. Get our, make sure we don't cross thread it. And we want it where it's not gonna want to twist on us like that. There we go. That'll be clean. How's that look? You like it? Yeah, give me strap. Impact. There it is. And then we'll do one more up high. We'll have to take that one back off when we do this, but do you have some more nipples to get through the LB to LB? Go ahead and get our breaker in here. There it is. There's our 60. Let's make it a little bit wider so the LB can go right through there, no problem. Put silicone around it to make sure it's all watertight. Dude, I can't wait to see the Stepwise thing working for the load. So to get through the wall, we're just making our own nipple right here. Let's line this up. We'll tighten this. It's going through a wall right here. So these don't have to be rain tight. Some people got confused on the other video that we did about EV charger installations. All right, go ahead, put it through. Right there, bro. It's good. You got a rain tight fitting. I want this to be a little bit of an angle, like that. Rain tight on the outside. Tighten it down. There we go. So that's nice and clean. Let's go back on the inside. Sure to strap it down. This will have to be a little bit on an angle, like that. Just kick into the bottom. Maybe we just do an offset. Yeah, we'll just do a little offset, Paul. Keep it right here on this edge. So we're looking at about a 1-inch offset. Now we're gonna go straight with a 90, and then we'll kick the 90 over where we need it to be. 6 1/4, 5-inch kick with the 90. Just gonna bend a 90, right? A little too much. 5-inch kick. this way. Grab it there. So from back of 90, go up. That's from, oh no, sorry. What did I say, 6 1/4? No, we're gonna do like a 6 3/4. Try that. Let's look at that. Dude, that's almost dead on that end, huh? Look at that, like an inch.
Yeah.
We actually need to kick a little bit more.
That is super close to an inch.
I've never seen it that close. Actually, there's been like, I think one time in my career where I bent like a back-to-back or whatever, and the end of the conduit was perfectly lined up, where I didn't have to cut it.
Only once?
Only, so rare. I mean, to be exactly on, bro, there, I do recall one time. I want to say 2, but I know for sure it was 1. That we hit it perfect. Bro, is that too much of a kick? Well, it needs to come over. Right there. That looks great. Right there, huh? How much do you need? Mark that. Look how close that is. Here, lift it up, Paul. Mark it real quick. Here. Go, go, go. Got it marked.
How much is that?
Just hang tight there. Huh? 3/4 of an inch.
Maybe go a little past or a little.
Yeah, so we have some space. Ream it up. Get the shavings out. Right there. You in?
Yeah.
All right, tighten that down with some channies. Actually, let me get a little. There we go. Perfect. Go a little bit right here. There we go. We're gonna go right there. This one now. What do we say with a 1 inch offset?
Yeah.
We'll do 56 3/4 with a 1 inch offset.
56.
Yeah, let me do the 1 inch offset first. Just do an easy offset real quick. And what I do is I just, I don't know if you guys can see or not, but just look straight down the conduit like this. Make sure it's not what we call dog leg. Right there. That's good. Put your hand back on it, both sides. Just like that. A little too much. So I'll actually take a little out of this side. What did I say, 56
3.
56 3? Really, it's 56 1/2 though. I was just doing that for the offset, but we're gonna cut it right here. 56 1/2, a little shy. There we go. It's gonna be perfect, dude. A little long though still. Oh no, we're not in yet. There it is, my friend. Should get it tight. There we go. There it is. One more, baby. There it is. Let's get a small cleanup, Paul, huh?
Yeah.
Let's get a small cleanup so that we don't have a huge mess here in about an hour and a half. Look how nice Paul cleaned up the van, huh? It's nice when it's clean. Get that set up real quick. This was nice that the guys at Rexel put it all in one spool for us. So I'll go around the green a couple times. Pull the red out, go around the red a couple times. Same thing around the black. And bring the white in. Come on, come on. I hear it, I hear it. Here it comes. Boom, got it. That's enough. Let's go right there. These nubs might catch, but we're gonna give it a little shot. Go ahead, Paul. All right, you wanna give yourself enough to go up to where that Stepwise Tap is at. And then from there, we need to go to the panel all the way down and back up, okay? So keep going. And we'll pull, here, pull a little more. That's probably good. And then let's pull all this out and we'll push this in to the other side. Make sure we got enough ground. Get all the way there, unbroken. There we go, probably good. You got enough? No? I think so. Okay. Looking at this. Yeah, we do not need a neutral. Do not need to pull it. Paul! We didn't need to pull a neutral, my friend. Whoops.
Dang.
It's all good. It's already in there.
Yeah.
Let's just leave it. We've been doing a lot of the receptacles, the plugs. So it's easy to forget that for the actual L2 chargers, you do not need a neutral in there. But we'll just leave it in there. Cap it off in case they ever need it. Let's do a little cleanup. We had a little bit of slack. We need to pull it out. Hold up. Ahead. Hold up. Go with the red. Red. Okay. Black. Or white. Black. White again. Black. Go with the green. And the white. There you go. I push them all just a little bit back, all of them. 1, 2, 3. There you go. There we go. Got the cover for this one. Man, this is solid, dude. You close?
Yeah.
What do you need? Okay. There you go. Perfect. All right, so this is our load, right? So we literally just need enough to go right there. Chop all these right here. Stagger these real quick. Send the ground through. Going into the panel, I'm not gonna pull a neutral, dude.
Oh no, you're gonna stop it in the box.
I'll stop it in the box, and then if they ever need one in the future, whatever electrician it is, he can pull it in or she can pull it in. Let's get them up and through. See it?
Yep.
All right, can you take one at a time or no?
Yeah.
All right, take the green.
Green.
Yep. There you go. White. Red.
Red.
Black.
Black.
There you go. Push them down to me a little bit. There you go. Right there. Let's close this up. We'll do silicone around all this so it's nice and clean. I'm gonna go from your side up and in. Bro, come on, Stephen. What is taking so long? Got our ground through there. All right, so this is the Stepwise. So when it comes out of the box, it has these right here and these right here to help you understand what goes where. So it's super simple, right? Shows us right here, load and line. So this is our line on this side. So these are gonna cross up. We're gonna go like this. And it looks like ground on this side, L1, L2. So green, black, and then red. All right, let's clip these open. 1, 2, 3, do our ground. We're gonna need to make sure we torque them at the end. But for now, we know exactly how they need to line up. So there's green. Use the number 10 right there. We'll just get them snug to start. This goes up. You know what? We're gonna spin these a little bit there. There, like that. A little too much. It's got some copper showing, so I'd rather not have copper sticking out the back. Get this set. And then we got black is next. These are number 6 THHN. That is the max that this will accept. So if you are installing a charger that's really far, okay, and you had to upsize the wire for voltage drop, then you are going to need to put a pull box in so that you can downsize the wire. These, let's make sure it doesn't fray. Goes in there nice and neat. Just like that. There's our black. It's in there good. We're just gonna get it snug, not tight yet. We'll do that with the torque wrench. Then we go right here. This is a very simple, easy installation. Nothing crazy with this at all. We do have to put the CTs in right after this. So we'll do that next. Get this up in there. Nice and neat. Should just slip in there. There we go. Just like that. You know, the really cool thing about Stepwise sponsoring this video and giving us one of these is that we were able to give it to our customer for free. So I did not mark it up and charge extra for it. This particular customer, him and his wife and his kids just bought this house, and they've already spent a lot of money. As you guys know, when you buy a new house, there's a lot of expenses, and he is in the military, so we were able to give him a discount as well as give him the Stepwise for free. So thank you, Stepwise. We appreciate you. This really helped out this family a lot, so thank you so much. As we talked about, we don't actually need the neutral here. That was my mistake. I did not need to pull one, but they have one. So if they ever need one in the future, they got it sitting right here. So I think we'll go ahead and just leave this bad boy kind of like right there, up into the side. Cap it off right over here. And then we'll do the same. So you can see right here is the same, but the other side now. So ground, black, and then red. That's the line, and then our load. Yep. So we'll start with the red. Make it easy on ourselves. Red. Lands there. Not too much. Don't score the copper. Not too much copper showing. I'll clip a little off. There we go. Nothing in there. 6 wires. We do need to, so if you can tell, I'm holding my thumb up so that this doesn't slip out. And then just a little bit tight. And we'll go with black. Right there. Just a little snug. Green. As I said, we will torque these. The torquing screwdriver as soon as we're done. And we'll turn it on. Nice and clean. Load out. Line in. Ground L1, L2. Ground L1, L2. Just like that. I already had it installed, but when you get it out of the box, this is the Wi-Fi dongle. So this just screws in right onto the top, the Wi-Fi antenna. So make sure you put that in so that you can connect this to the network. And as soon as we get everything tied in, we'll turn it on and we will show you how to do the setup. So yeah, Paul got the wires nice and clean. Here's our 60 right here. Line in line, neutral's landed. Or sorry, no neutral. Line in line, and the ground is landed. Very nice, Paul. Got it set up, got the zip tie that comes with it. and then we'll torque them all down. So this is the last part. We got to get our CTs. The way that it measures to make sure that you don't overload the panel is with CTs. So those are current transformers. So these are special ones that they sent, extra. This is for if the bus bars are too big for the normal ones. So we're gonna go ahead and try the normal ones first. These are the ones that will come in the normal pack. You do have to order these ones separately. These ones if your bus bar is too big. But let's hope that these will work, because it'd be nice and easy. We just run these through that chase that we had there, get them up into the panel, and it'll be nice and clean. Yeah, so in these square D panels, they're super nice. The bus bars are right there. I don't know if they're gonna fit. That's when we would use those other ones. But let's see. Definitely do not want to do this without the proper PPE on. We're gonna work with live busing here. Let me call their service department, customer service. His name's Ethan, everybody, with Stepwise. Has been absolutely amazing.
Hello, this is Ethan with Stepwise Electric on recorded line. How can I help you?
Ethan, Stephen Landers, how are you?
Hey, Steven, how's it going, man?
Good.
All right.
Okay, so quick question. Okay, so it says main dip switches, load dip switches, and sub dip switches, correct?
Correct. And so the sub and secondary will only be used for that accessory set of CTs. Anytime you're monitoring a single panel supplying that load, you're going to connect the CTs to the primary terminals and set up the main dip switch. For this one, since you've got a 125 amp panel that you're monitoring,
okay,
you can find that dip switch value. It's on a sticker on the inside cover of the tap or in the install manual. And then for the load, so you'll just set that, look at that legend, left, right is your 125 for those switches. So that's just top to bottom, read it all, very simple to program.
So we're going, let's do this while we're on the phone. We're going left.
And while you're doing that, what this does is it sets, the main breaker is 125 amps, but the tap is programmed to look for 80%. So it's never going to load up all the way. I'm not going to do the math, but on a 100 amp panel, right, it's going to hit 80% and it's going to start stepping down or shedding that load. So we're never going to go all the way to that programmed rating.
Okay.
And same thing with the load. If you've got it on a 50 or a 60 amp breaker, it's going to look for that 80% value of output. That's where it's going to...
Right, so for 125...
That's how it...
We're working with a 125 amp panel, so it's going to have a 100 amp maximum is what we're looking at. And then it's going to start throttling whatever it is, whether it's an EV charger or an AC unit or whatever we're throttling, correct?
Yeah, so throttling with the cars, load shedding with those other devices in the house, exactly.
Got it, that makes sense. Very cool. I will get this set up and then hook it up to Wi-Fi and get this thing rocking and rolling. Appreciate you. This is the part that, I would recommend this entire thing is installed by a licensed electrician who knows what they're doing. But this part in particular, we're gonna have to touch these bus bars and get these CTs around here. Just gonna try and get them to snap on without having to clip them so that we don't have to worry, and we'll see. I'm almost positive it's still gonna read. Yeah, it's gonna read just fine, dude. So we just need to clip these on. Does it have an arrow? Make sure you have the right PPE on, guys. Do not mess around. So here's our arrow. So when it's done, it needs to be pointing up. So we're gonna go like this. Wrap this around. Right there. There's one. We can push this down right now.
Second one.
So if you've ever installed solar with a monitoring system on it, it's the exact same type of thing. You have to put these CTs around the main, put it nice and clean where it's not touching anything. Keep it off. Arrow needs to face up, just like that. There it goes. We got that on there. Arrow facing the load. Let's get this down as well.
Do you need to know which one's which or no?
Yeah, we'll mark them. So once you put a little tape on this one, this is a B leg. There we go. Those are gonna sit nice and neat like that. We got A and B. Yeah, let me clean this whole thing out. Go ahead. Pretty much the tap, I'd say probably added 2 hours to the job, total.
Adding this?
Mm-hmm. That's what I would say. Probably 2 hours, maybe 3 hours to get it all set up. You just have to mount it, run it to the panel, and then from it to the load. So you're just basically intercepting that 60 amp breaker. Let's see if we can get it through there, huh? Hold up, hold up. Go ahead. A little bit. There you go. There we go. Ready? There it went. There you go. Can you coil it now?
Yeah.
How much you got? Yeah, leave some slack. That'll be good. So this one's B. Quick and easy little wrap. Leave us a tail. Come here. We'll label it B. And then we just need to go up like this. We'll make it nice and clean, like that. And they'll stab in like right there. So we'll chop them here. There we go. So we'll just take them like this. Fold all this back so it doesn't accidentally touch something on the circuit board. Very good. I'll do the other one. All right, so I just confirmed red is negative and white is positive. So we are going to land these. A goes on the left, B goes on the right. Very simple. I like to always spin these a little bit. Let's get a little more light in here. So this is B. So it's going to be these two and these two. We're going to go red. Let's start with the white. So you can see, it might be hard to see, but negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive. So we're doing main panel. So that is what we're setting up right here. So then we're gonna go negative and then positive is on the right. Might be hard to see, sorry about that, but we got those in there. So negative, positive, negative, positive. Little baby tug, just make sure they're not loose. Okay, Paul, you got that torquing screwdriver?
Yep.
Let's set the torque on these. Let's open up the manual and figure out what it is. I haven't looked at it yet. Let's just call tech support again. I'm torquing down the line and the load. What is the torque spec?
19 inch-pounds is going to be the torque for those line and load terminals.
All right, we got...
And up to number 6, copper only.
Yep.
Is what those are rated for.
We got 6 in there. I got it at 19. There it is. There's 1. There's 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. There we go. Look at that. Oh, fancy red and blue lights. I'm liking it. All right, thank you. Tesla charger. We finished wiring it up. So this is very simple. You just got your ground, your L2 and your L1 right there. And most of you, obviously we do not need a neutral in here. So you don't need to have that in there, but I mistakenly pulled one. So they have one if they ever need it in the future. So they're good to go. We just need to make sure that it closes, no problem. All right, so we got it torqued down. Do not forget when you do this to put your screws in. All right, then get the bottom ones. Got it set up, solid on the wall, right on a stud, good to go. Just sits in there like that. Nice and clean. Very good. We're gonna set up the Wi-Fi now, and then we will watch it turn on as soon as they get back. So, all right, so it's all set up. So what we wanna do now is go to our Wi-Fi. We wanna hook up to the EV tap. So I'm already connected to it. If you're hooking it up brand new, you're gonna wanna click on it. Go to a browser and you're gonna go 10.10.0.1 right in the browser URL. That's gonna get us into the Wi-Fi setup. So you're then going to connect to whatever yours is at your house. All right, then we go connected load is EV charger, charger make, Tesla, car make, Tesla, connection type, Tesla, confirm. And that's it, guys. So you can see here we got the connected load is the EV charger, dynamic modulation is on, the charger output 48 amps. The CTs are set up. The dip switch is set to 125 amps for this main panel. The dip switch for the load, that's one thing I forgot to show you. There's a dip switch in here that you have to select for the load. So these dip switches up here are for the main. So that's your main breaker. If it's 100 amp, you need to set it for 100 amp. If it's 125, you need to set it for 125. You do have to set these second dip switches right here. This is for whatever the load is. So if it's a level 2 Tesla charger, you need to set this at the 60 amp setup. And that's right on the inside of the cover here. You can see the main here. So you want dip switches to be left, right for 125. If it was a 200 amp, left, right, right. These right here are the same for the main and for the load. So what I mean by that is main breaker is gonna be whatever these are right here. And then your load right here is gonna be right, left, right. Let's go over to the charger now. There we go. It's set up, ready to go. We'll just check the voltage here. This is the line side. So we have 120 and then 240. Yep, and then the load side over here, we have 240, line to line, 120 and 120. We're good to go. We need to close this thing up. Nice heavy duty aluminum casing, I love it. It's very clean. Well, that's it for today, guys. As I said, the Stepwise Tap is an amazing option if you're in a situation where your panel is undersized and you still need to install a level 2 EV charger. It allows you to safely and code compliantly, if that's a word, install a level 2 charger, ensuring at the same time that you're not going to overload your panel and save you the thousands of dollars that it could potentially cost to upgrade your panel. If you need to pick one of these up, I left the link down in the description. You can get all the information there and you can call the manufacturer themselves. They're amazing. And don't forget, you can use the Stepwise Tap for all sorts of loads. It doesn't have to be an EV charger. It could be an AC unit. It could be you need to add an extra stove, electric stove. It could be you need to add any sort of electrical load that could potentially put you up over the amperage of your panel. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys out there and we will see you on the next one. Have a great day.